Hi, my name is Liam McCall, and today I am unboxing the brand new Pilotfly Focus One follow focus system. All right, here is the Pilotfly Focus One. It comes in this nice sleek looking bag here with a nice silver and orange finish, and feels pretty sturdy. Feels like something you could take around with you, and it's not gonna get banged up and whatnot. Let's go ahead and open up this bad boy, see what we got. Ooh, okay, there's the quick guide right there. Show me how everything's gonna be operating and all the important stuff I need to know. Good stuff. And let's go ahead and start with the cables here. This is gonna have, it looks like a D-tap. It's gonna have the Adventurer charge cable right there, and it's also gonna have the H.245. So that's what the DC outputs are for. That's for the H.245, and the Adventurer is the one that has this USB cable right there. So that is awesome. It's gonna come with a lens belt. Sweet, because I only have like one other of these, so that's awesome. It comes with that. I got my warranty card. I'm just gonna keep that in there. And then in here, this is for the focus lens control system. It looks like we get 2 cables for Canon cameras, a cable for Panasonic, and then one for Sony. So that's pretty awesome right there. And then I'm guessing this USB cable is probably for like firmware upgrading and stuff. It's just a USB micro, so just a standard cable there. So go ahead and put this stuff back in here. Keep it looking nice on the table for you guys. All right, let's take a look at the good part. There we go. Starting off with this side. Looks like the bag's gonna come with its little carrying strap as always. Looking nice, Pilotfly. And then here is, let's see here. This is the mount for the Adventurer handle. That is where the follow focus is actually going to mount on the side of your Adventurer, I'm pretty sure. So that's awesome. Tuck that back in right there. Here is the 15mm rod that's going to be mounted to the focus motor. And oh my gosh, this thing is super light. It looks like that is carbon fiber, and this is significantly lighter than my other standard like steel 15mm rod. So that's awesome that they decided to go carbon on that. Wow. All right, let's pick up the wheel, take a look at it. Holy crap, this is awesome. And that feels smooth. That is so smooth. That is buttery smooth. That is about as smooth as my Tilta follow focus. So at least right now, no complaints. Let's see if this little white thing can come off. It looks like it does. That is awesome, sweet. So if you're not too familiar with follow focus, this is an amazing feature to have. Being able to take off this little white ring, because you can mark your focus pulls on here, slide it back on, clean it, whatever you gotta do, and then keep shooting. That is awesome. I was really wondering if they were gonna be able to do that. Looks like they did. Now here are the hard focus stops here that you can manually set right there so that you can't go past a certain area. That's pretty neat. And there is the mount I was telling you for the Adventurer, how this thing right here is gonna be able to slide right in there just like that. So glad I did a little research before this was sent over my way. Let's go ahead and just put that right back in here temporarily. Take a look at the focus motor. All right, there we go. It's got a little heft to it. Man, both of these products seem like really well built. This is awesome. I'm not gonna say I expected something cheap, but I did not expect it to feel like this heavy duty. That feels awesome. Now, this has a little bit of weight to it, and I kind of like that, but at the same time, I know a lot of people want to stay as lightweight as possible on their shoots, but it looks like this is probably just gonna mount up on the focus rail, probably something along the lines like this, or maybe even the other way, like this direction, and with the lens right here. All right, so that is the overview of the unboxing. Let's go ahead and rig this sucker up. All right, so I have my Pilotfly Adventurer set up with the Sony a7R III and 18-105 f4G lens. Just gonna set this down right here, and we're gonna go ahead and start rigging this up with the follow focus unit. So set that right there. So in this package right here, this comes with the mounting option over here for the side of the Adventurer gimbal. So let's just open this up. And this is pretty straightforward, and it looks like a really simple solution. It's got a little screw That's gonna go right through here and mount there. And you see something that's really cool here, you see these little cutout grooves right here, as well as the side of the Adventurer handle. Whenever I mount this, it's going to stay in place very well, no matter which position you wanna end up mounting it. It's always gonna stay there because those grooves will lock into place. So let's go ahead and open up this package with the screw in it. I've got my screwdriver right here, and I'm just going to mount it like so. Okay, tighten it down, cool. Okay, so now for the follow focus unit, you can see right here, there's a little groove right there, as well as that little nut right there. And I'm just going to go direct, I'm gonna loosen it up and cinch it down. And there we go, there's the follow focus unit. It's mounted and it's sturdy. That thing is not going anywhere. I think one of the coolest things about this setup is how quickly I would be able to remove this. I mean, look at that. You just put it right back in there. Then you just latch this down just like that and it's secured. Unlatch it and you can have someone else pull and focus while the DP is working on just getting the shot. And I just think that is awesome. All right, so now we're gonna mount the Focus One motor to this setup. And since I don't own any proper like Cineglass, I'm going to use the included lens belt so that I have some gears to pull focus on. So let's go ahead and throw this up on here and get it nice and tight. And I'm gonna move it over to the center of the focus ring. Now, since I have the zoom ring right next to the focus ring, you could use this to pull your zoom as well, but I'm gonna be using this for focus pulling because I already have the ability to use the power zoom function on the Adventurer gimbal. So now that that's mounted up, we're gonna use the included 15mm rod setup. And it's what you do here is you loosen up this screw up here at the top, and the more you loosen it, the more it exposes this hot shoe mount right here. So it doesn't really matter which side you want to mount it on. I'm gonna mount it on the left side since, you know, the grip is already on the right and I want to kind of keep this balanced. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just throw this in here. Now I'm gonna tighten it down, making sure the rod is long enough to put the focus motor on there. Okay, it's looking good. All right, so now we're gonna mount the Focus One motor itself. And looks like this is also adjustable too. So if you wanted to mount this on something, but it wasn't close enough to the lens, so that's actually a nice little touch that they added. I think I'm gonna mount it this direction because it has the USB ports on the side as well as the DC port on top. And it's got this little light beacon in the front. So instead of mounting it this direction and going down, I'm gonna go this way. Wow, it's looking pretty good. Well, it's definitely front heavy now, but that's the setup right there. You know, this is actually a pretty nifty little setup here with this 50mm rod. I thought I was gonna have to do some kind of rigging like down here at the bottom, but having it up here is kind of interesting. Of course, using that hot shoe means that, you know, you won't have a place to mount your microphone. So you might want to look into alternate rigging options if that's just what you're trying to do, but that's pretty neat. Okay, so now that it's really front heavy, I'm gonna have to back this sucker up. Okay, so with this Focus One motor mounted up here in the front of my lens, I'm out of space to properly balance this thing. I got a couple counterweights here. I don't know if this is enough to make it work, but I'm going to try. See if that helps any. Helped a little bit. Let me try to grab some more. I got two more big ones. Okay, we're back in business now that I got these counterweights up here, so I can slide this forward again. I'm just letting you guys know this is not a perfect balance and this is not how I think I would want to roll, but just for demonstration purposes to keep this review going, let's just roll with it, okay? So don't roast me in the comments. All right, so now that we have this mounted, I guess it's time to rig up the power options. So I'm gonna open up this bag, see a D-Tap Adventurer. So since I have this mounted to the Adventurer, let's use that cable. And as I pull them out here, here's what they look like. And there's the D-Tap. And this is nice because I use a V-mount battery in some of my bigger setups. So it's gonna be nice to have that included. And here is the Adventurer right here. So They have the 14 to 16 volt output right here. Do that. Throw the DC cable up here. Now, what I read about the camera control, so this port is strictly only for firmware upgrade, okay? But the camera control right here, that is going to be to add some additional functions to the camera. But since I already have my camera connected to this port right here, I don't really need to throw it in there. So they included the cables for me to do that, but I'm not going to do that for right now. All right, so I guess it's time to turn it on. So I'm gonna turn my Ventura gimbal on. Awesome. Looks like that's already powered on. Now I'm gonna turn on the focus wheel. Hello, Pilotfly. I'm gonna go ahead and move this to camera preset 5. It's pretty heavy. Okay, so it's on. I'm gonna go ahead and turn autofocus back on here. Okay, so with this on, I don't know if it, oh, it's already connected. Check this out. That's rad, bro. That is so sick. All right, guys, so you all can see that I got the follow focus in action here. This thing is pretty wicked. I'm going through the menu here. There's a lot of stuff to dive into, probably a little too much stuff to go into within this video, so I will be making a full review later on down the road. But all I gotta say is as I pull focus, I'm listening very closely for any noises. I'm gonna put it close to the microphone. The only noise I hear is the actual gear making contact with the lens belt, I believe. So I'm not hearing any like loud clunky noise or any kind of hissing or anything like that. So that is definitely some good news. So at least in my initial impressions, I think Pilotfly did a pretty good job on this kit, but the weather is absolute crap outside right now. So I'm just gonna find random things inside of my office just to pull focus on. Nothing crazy cinematic or anything like that, just so that you all can see how nice and smooth the focus pull is. Here we go. All right, and that is it, everyone. I think Pilotfly did a pretty good job in implementing their very first wireless follow focus solution. So thumbs up to Pilotfly, and thank you to Pilotfly for sending me a copy of this to test and review for you guys. And as I've already said, stay tuned for the full review of this entire Focus One kit. There's just too much stuff to dive into within this video, so stay tuned as I'm gonna go across all the different features and functionalities that this kit has to offer. So that is it, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button down below. If you didn't care much for this video, then be sure to hit that dislike button twice. And that is it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and take it easy. Get out there, start shooting, and have some fun. My name is Liam McCall.